So we see that the authority of the believer, or the authority of the church, whatever way you want to put it, is upon us, because we are in a far better covenant with far better promises. I want to prove that from comparing two different times in the Bible. If we go to 2 Kings chapter 6, we see a mighty man of God, Elisha. He's living for God. The enemy's not too happy about him. Are we annoying the devil today? Because if we're not, we should be. And every time the enemy planned to attack Israel, the Lord told Elisha, and Elisha warned them what was coming. Then in 2 Kings chapter 6, reading from verse 14. The army comes looking for Elisha. Therefore sent he hither horses and chariots, and a great host, and they came by night, and compassed the city about. The enemy is so disturbed by one man that hears the voice of God. Surely we can disturb the devil a lot more than we're doing whenever we hear the voice of God. And here we see that they sent a whole army to try to capture Elisha. And when the servant of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, a host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And the servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do? You see, that's the attitude today, because too many of God's people are seeing the picture in reality. They're not seeing it in the supernatural light of the Word of God. And this is proved here, because Elisha answered him, he said, Fear not. They that be with us are more than that be with them. And the Word of God tells us, Greater is he that is in us than he that's in the world. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots, fire round about Elisha. The natural eye could see the enemy. The natural eye could see the extent of the enemy. But whenever his eyes were opened, and whenever we're born again of the Spirit of God, our eyes should be opened, because we are dead in trespasses and sins before that. We're born of our mother, we're living and kicking and all the rest of it, but we're spiritually dead. And whenever we're born again of the Spirit of God and washed in the precious blood, our spiritual eyes and ears should be opened, that we could understand. And notice here that great man of God, he prayed that the young man's eyes would be opened. And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord and said, Smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. God smote a whole army with blindness at the word of the man of God, because that's the covenant that Elisha was living on. A mighty man of God. And the Word of God tells us we're on a far better covenant with far better promises.